Another thing that I feel like goes against the controls in this game, and let's actually do one of these DLC stages, now that we're here. Zelda Zone. There's some advantages to having your console be on a Nintendo, your game be on a Nintendo console, is you get some really fun crossover potential. Look at Sonic wearing little Link's outfit! It looks so cute! I can't even handle it! It's so adorable! Oh no! And this is a pretty interesting level in its own right, because it's sort of an open world kind of level, where you can just kind of, like, it's not structured and linear like a Sonic level usually is, and you don't collect rings, you just have those 3 hearts. So there are actually like a bunch of different areas in this level you can go to. Yeah! What up, Link? Unfortunate that the last Zelda game to come out before this was Skyward Sword, though, so that's the one they're pimping. But, a definitely valid complaint that I feel like does work against this game's controls is the Wii U gamepad controller, because this is a mistake. Should not have done that. I don't even think you can attack him now. Shit. Do not fuck with the cuckoos. Is the gamepad, you cannot play this game with a Pro Controller, you have to play it with a gamepad. You have to play it with the Wii U gamepad, and the Wii U gamepad is pretty fucking atrocious. The Wii U gamepad's a pretty fucking terrible controller, and it's the only controller you can play this game with. So I totally get people being like, ugh, because the controller doesn't help, unfortunately. Like, I just find the Wii U gamepad to be really cumbersome and unwieldy, and, like, the joysticks aren't, like, I don't know why they changed it from the Wii and the GameCube, which have, like, the octagonal grooves in the joystick holder. For some reason, the Wii U has, like, an up groove. I should actually, like, take a little separate video to show this. The Wii U controller has, like, the groove around the joystick goes in towards the joystick, so it just feels like there's less give whenever you hold down a direction. You know, it's hard to explain, but I don't think it's a very well-designed controller. And the way it's integrated with the console, where it's like, this is the only controller, and if it fucks up or breaks or something happens to it, you have to send it in to get repaired, because it is, like, associated with the console. And, like, you can't get a replacement, you can't go buy a second gamepad. It is locked into that console. It's just a really poorly thought out controller. So I do see that complaint. However, that doesn't really bother me, because heavy and bomb, au revoir. It doesn't necessarily bother me when I'm doing this playthrough, because I'm cheating. I'm not using the Wii U gamepad, Elgorons. I'm not using the Wii U gamepad controller to play this game with. I actually, I homebrewed the shit out of my Wii U, and I soft modded it with the, like, I didn't do it, I downloaded a program, where I can play my Wii U and, like, substitute the gamepad with a PS3 controller. So I'm actually playing Sonic Lost World with a PS3 controller right now, and not the Wii U gamepad, which is awesome and hilarious in a lot of different ways and for a lot of different reasons. And now I definitely have to show, like, video to prove it. Yeah. That's pretty cute. Now put it to the test. There we go. Oh. You know what? I'll actually record that right now. So here I am playing Lost World, and the way you're supposed to play it is with the Wii U gamepad, obviously, and like I mentioned, the Wii U gamepad has, like... Come on, camera. Focus in here. My Wii U gamepad's dirty, by the way. It has, like, these inlet grooves that are, like, going in towards the joystick. You'll see here, like, they're going up into it, so it feels like you're getting resistance whenever you push down on the joystick. God damn, my camera. So it just feels like you're getting more resistant. Plus, it's so heavy and unwieldy because of the screen. And you see what I'm talking about with, like, it's pointed up towards the joystick, right? So it's just not great. You have the PS3 controller, which is also disgusting and kind of grody. I actually wanted to wait on getting a replacement, but anyway, you'll see it's actually like most regular controllers, there's no grooves, and again, it's very filthy, so just ignore that. It's not inland, so it just feels like there's so much more push when you're playing and pushing down on the joystick like this. But anyway, now to prove it that I'm actually playing this with my PS3 controller. See, look. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that insane? We're living in the future, baby. So yeah, that is a valid flaw you could raise against the game and say, like, man, that Wii U gamepad is just dog shit in every single way. And you wouldn't be wrong. But it doesn't bother me because I'm not playing it with the Wii U gamepad. Yeah, look at his face. His face is adorable. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm cheating and I'm playing this with a real controller, so I guess you could say that's an unfair, favorable, like, handicap that you normally wouldn't have. You would normally be forced to play this game with the Wii U gamepad. It does not have Pro Controller support. Oh my god, I'm not using the gamepad. So that's why whenever that shows up, I'm like, fuck shit, because the screen is, like, way down there. So I have no idea what I'm actually doing. But anyway. Oh my god, stop giving me stuff! I never use these. I don't even get what it is. Anyway. So, if people were complaining about the gameplay from that perspective and saying that I don't like this game because of the different control scheme and mechanics, I would get that. But that's not why they're saying this game is bad, is it? That would be too reasonable, and as we have established, these people are unreasonable.
Hey, I've been looking for you, Baldy McNosehair. We're your friends.
Friends? These are nobody's friends. They are the Deadly Six, and they are your worst enemies. Zaz, show this blue pest how you do things up here.
With pleasure. I've been itching for a fight all day.
I think you're itching because you need a bath.
Are you disrespecting me?
Maybe.
I'm gonna mess you up!
Man, the fucking comedic timing in this game is really strong. And as I've pointed out in the past, like, Sonic is such a character action protagonist. So it's actually really fun for him.
Funny, because I know the perfect spot to kick you.
It's actually really fun for him to have some, like, bosses to quip off of, you know, to bounce off of. Because you had that issue in Sonic Colors where he would shit-talk the bosses in that, but they were like mindless, personality-less automaton robots. Like, they were like a Ferris wheel and a submarine and a blimp and shit. So whenever he'd shit-talk them, they just, like, not a thing. Like you were talking to a brick wall there, Sonic. Whereas the Deadly Six here actually have some personality to them. So when he shit-talks them, they actually, like, respond. And there's some fun comedic banter between them. And that little... Are you disrespecting me? Maybe. Like... back and forth is like when that happened I was like, okay, I'm in. Like we're locked in. That was funny. I'm down. So the Deadly Six are completely manufactured for this game. It's that like the special like day one edition of this game was actually called like the Deadly Six edition, which again is funny to me because it's a Nintendo game and it's got deadly in the like it has, damn it, it has characters in it called the Deadly Six. And they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's like, oh shit. It's always great when you have that in like a fucking, on a Nintendo console game. But, as I've been saying, like, as I've been alluding, the reason people say, oh, this game's bad, are not reasonable. Like, there are reasonable complaints you can have against this game and say, oh, I'm just not a fan of it, and I would agree, and I would respect those and be fine with it. You wouldn't be wrong. But those are not the reasons that people levy against it. The reasons people levy against it are fucking retarded, and I don't, like, I'm sure some people out there are, like, supplementing these complaints with, like, oh, the gameplay's weird and I don't get it. Which is dumb, like, you're dumb for not getting how the gameplay works. But yeah, it's different, and it's kind of not the best at conveying all of its mechanics, necessarily. So, you don't, like, if the gameplay doesn't click for you, then it's not gonna click for you, I get that. So, like, I could argue with you on that, but that's a totally valid reason. But that's not the main reason. The reason that people complain about this game and say it's bad is because of the story. They say, oh, the writing in this Sonic game is bad, therefore the game is bad.
Sonic! I'm gonna take this hedgehog down, or the gang will rasp me till I'm blue!
And once again, I am confused because what? like say what you want about the people who complained about Sonic Colors having bad writing or whatever, because that was weird. But they were coming from a foundation of like really kind of unreasonable Sonic fan base. You know, they do have that reputation. And I probably, like, don't help with it. But, like, why don't, like, give a Sonic Adventure 3 Facebook fan page. Those kind of people who are like, oh, Sonic's acting out of character. Which is dumb and weird, but, like, it's based on a place of love for the franchise. And they have... like, they expect the franchise to be a certain way, and it wasn't that way, so they're unsatisfied with it. So, to a degree, I understand more where they're coming from. But the people who say that, oh, this game has bad writing or whatever, aren't those, although, like, those people still complain that Sonic's quote-unquote out of character in this game, which is weird, but it was written by, like, I think they just don't like the Happy Tree Friends guys, for some reason. But they do still say, like, oh, he's out of character, whatever the fuck that means. But, our old friends, the Sonic haters, also show up and say this game's writing is bad. And I'm like, when the fuck did the writing in Sonic games matter? Like, when was that ever the series' strong suit?
Oh yeah!
Like, again, I feel like if anyone has the, I guess you could say, authority to talk about the writing in Sonic games, it would be me. Considering I just spent 10 minutes in the last video walking around doing nothing, trying to fill time so that I could, damn it, talk about fucking Sonic and Amy's relationship, for crying out loud. Of all things. Oh, I have the Wisp still. I wonder what would happen if I tried to use it. Not that. That was me being dumb. Press the wrong button. But like... I don't even get it! Like, these are the same people who are like, oh, pro Jared, making a Sonic Adventure 2 video going like, oh, the mixing and the voice acting and sort, like... How? I'm just so, like, taken aback whenever your core complaint against the Sonic game is the writing. Like, what crack are you fucking smoking, dude? Who fucking gives a shit, right?
You're going home in a box!
In a box! I guess they couldn't say body bag. But that's the thing to me, is these complaints are A, on their face stupid, because who fucking gives a shit about the writing in the Sonic game? I mean, it's a fucking cartoon. Like, that's like watching fucking Mucha Lucha and being like, ugh, these villains are so one-dimensional and their evil plans are convoluted. Why did I go to Mucha Lucha? Why was that my go-to cartoon?
Alright, we good to go or what, Tails?
I've built a TV out of paper clips.
Yeah.
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
How?
So look, fixing a propeller on a biplane? That's about as difficult as taking a nap.
What did the dishwashing detergent do?
Didn't need your whole
How did it help?
idea. A simple good to go would have been cool.
Alright. Good to go!
Cool!
Yay! Yo, Tails! Be an old gadgety smart guy! Sonic's running around fighting the Deadly Six, and he's fixing up the plane, because that's what he does now. He's the tech Spock guy. Everyone loves him, because he's a Fox and he's Tails, and everyone's great. So, like, A, that complaint's just stupid on its face, but then you get into the actual details of their complaints, and they're even more stupid than you would have thought. Like, when they actually get into the breakdown and start getting into the nitty-gritty of why they say the writing on this game is bad. And it's like, okay, those are dumb reasons. Like, of all the complaints and criticisms you could levy about the writing in Sonic games, you took complaints that aren't even real complaints. Like, oh, they say, like, the villains are caricatures and are one-dimensional.
Animals are quite underwhelming.
Oh no, yo buddy, he's all sad.
Fools.
Watch the background. Like, they complain about the Deadly Six. They say the Zeddy are boring, one-dimensional caricature, like, stereotype villains with that don't have an interesting personality.
Bring better animals.
And we've only seen 2 of them so far, but they take, like, Zuvik, whatever the leader's name is. They're weird. Their names are all fucking weird. He's like a generic, oh, I'm a growly, Bane voice villain dude. And Zaz is like, oh, the generic. His name is Zaz, by the way. Like the villain from Batman. That cracks me up. Fuck you. Like, oh, oh, we have the sinister leader guy, we have the fat one, we have the girl, we have the emo one. We have the generic crazy guy, and like, oh, they're all so simple and one-dimensional. I'm like, fucking so what? What the fuck were you expecting? It's a Saturday morning cartoon, for crying out loud. What do you expect the villains in a fucking Sonic game to be fleshed out, three-dimensional, and have really nuanced and complex motivations and backgrounds? Like, what the fuck are you fucking talking about? They're the Ginyu Force, for crying out loud. Once again, I am incapable of comparing Sonic not comparing Sonic to Dragon Ball Z. The Deadly Six are just the Ginyu Force. The Ginyu Force show up, and they're all, like, weird and quirky and simplistic, and they're just, like, generic, damn it, minions of the main villain who don't really have any kind of personality to them. They're just there to fuck up the heroes, and that's it. Like, yeah, so what? Like, A, what were you expecting? Why are you, like, levying these complaints of, like, oh, why don't you have a nuanced, three-dimensional, interesting, like... Okay, yeah, they're not really super fleshed out, and they have really simplistic, one-dimensional, cartoon stereotype personalities. Gee, it's almost like the game is a cartoon made for children or something. And once again, I don't say it's a cartoon made for children to defend it, like you're not allowed to have high standards for children entertainment. I don't agree with that. Damn it! Fucking graboids. Like, it's not like... I don't agree with the mentality of, oh, it's for children, so therefore, like, dumb down your standards. But I'm saying they're not talking about it with the standards of, okay, is this a good children's, like, cartoon or not? They're looking at it as, like, why aren't they Citizen Kane? Why aren't they, like, the villains from Trigun? Like, where's Kef? Like, when are you gonna bring out Kefka? Or except, like, come on. Oh, god damn it. Like, I feel like, what, did you get the wrong script or something? What did you think it was gonna be? Of course they're simplistic cartoon characters. Did you watch the fucking Sonic cartoon? Like, you people fucking talk up Sad-Am and say, like, Sad-Am's the best fucking cartoon ever, or whatever. Oh, what, you mean the fucking cartoon where Robotnik's just fucking... What's the villain from Inspector Gadget? Mr. Claw? Claw? Dr. Claw? I don't even fucking remember. But anyway, so A, those complaints are dumb on the basis of this is bad because it's a simplistic cartoon character. Even if, for the sake of argument, I agree with that and say, yeah, they're dumb, simplistic, one-dimensional cartoon character villains. Even if I agree with that for the sake of argument, I don't even see how that's a valid complaint, for one thing. For another thing, I don't agree with that as a complaint. What are you talking about? Sonic has always had villains with no personality whatsoever. In fact, the Zeddy, the Deadly Six, are the first villains to have any kind of personality in the entire franchise whatsoever. This is the most nuanced and complex and, like, actually thought out we've ever had in the entire franchise. Aside from Eggman, and I feel like he shouldn't count. Because, like, we have some of the best Eggman moments in the franchise in this game, but we will get to those, and even further examination of why people complaining about the writing in this game are fucking stupid.